As our hero Will Mackenzie likes to say, fire is life out here. And the pinnacle of fire starting skill in the Long Dark is Master Level 5. This is something that most of us want to play as soon as we can get to it. So the key question to get to Master Level 5 is how many fires does it actually take? Well, why do we even want to get there? If you're not familiar with the particulars, let me take a minute to explain that. Master Level 5, you have spark in your fingertips. Your skills are legendary. You are the Fire Whisperer. You have firepower. And let's talk about the benefits you earn going along that way. Starting at level 3, you can start fires without tinder. It's very handy to not need to worry about tinder, and you just pick up the sticks and start fires with that. Additionally, fire lasts 50% longer at level 5. Anything that's efficient and helps to extend your resources, I will always appreciate that factor in the game. Additionally, fires start 50% faster, so you are colder shorter and you get warmer quicker. But above all other items, people want Fire Master Level 5 because you have a 90% chance to start fires. And that is the base chance. With the proper fire starting equipment like a torch, you can usually make that 100% certain to be able to start a fire when you need to. When you're surviving the quiet apocalypse, that is something you want to have. So let's talk about preparing for this plan. Well, you're going to need a lot of sticks, and you want sticks because they burn the shortest. How many sticks do I have? 265, and I can prove it. The way I planned for this was by getting the filing cabinets filled with 65 sticks in each, because that maxed the weight, and 65 was easy math. You are going to want to have a permanent fire. You want to be able to keep yourself warm. So I've got a stack of actual logs here to keep the temperature regulated in a cave, because you want to be sheltered from the exterior environment. We want to keep the temperature comfortable, because this is going to take the majority of the day, I predict. You'll notice I've selected the lake overlook here at Mystery Lake. It's 27 out here. We're comfortable in there. We can keep working all day. You want a cave. You want a stationary fire to keep care of you. You're also going to want some food. You're going to want some water. I'm also bringing coffee into the equation because I anticipate this being a long day. It's been day 10. That's how long it took me to get started on this. And I've got about 15 fires. So I'm a little ways into my level 1. I've got about 87 pieces of tinder. I'm fairly certain that'll get me to level 3, and at that point I don't need it anymore. Take a look here. I've got a couple of good torches, and that's important because we're going to use torches to just sort of daisy chain the fires. We're not going to use, several hundred matches to get this job done. We're going to use torches to light one fire, like we are right here, and keep in mind, we are doing simple one-stick fires. And this is why you're using torches, because that way, as the RNG is cruel to you in the beginning, you can go ahead and take your second or third shot at it to get those fires lit. And then once you've got fires lit, you're going to want to have a good stack of sticks with you, because once the first fire takes, then what we're going to go ahead and do is just move right next door to it and start a second fire. And we're just going to keep working with this. Torch, stick, start a fire. We want the stick fires because we want these fires to burn out quickly. We don't want them to last for a while because burn time doesn't give you points, only fires starting. So we want them to start, but we want them to go out as quick as possible.
All right.
That's still going, so we'll start a third fireplace. And then this is why we're using the torches. Stick, tinder, perfect. And we start a third fireplace. And as I work through this, the 3 fires worked for me quite well. Once I get through this here, I'm doing a little bit of editing after the fact, and I found that the 3 fireplaces got me through level 3 quite fine. When I got to level 4, I did need to add a fourth fireplace because fires are lasting longer. But if you take a notice,
that didn't work.
see, this is why you use the torch, especially early on, because RNG is mean to you, and we want to be able to keep up with that. Alright, come on, Lady Luck, be nice to me here.
Come on. Come on.
And survey says, there we are. So that's our third fire started, and now we can go back to the first fire pit, and we just work our way through, repeating history. And several minutes, almost 2 hours later, you will be graced with fire level 5 master rating. Let's talk about the numbers to get to level 5. How many fires, what kind of time did it take to get through the process? Well, to get to level 2, because we all start at level 1, it took a total of 20 fires. Now I'm not going to enter the time on this because I started today's experiment with 15 fires that I had started over the last few days, prepping for it. But from level 2 to level 3, it took 40 additional fires, creating 60 fires in total. It took me about 19 minutes to complete the level, which brought my total time up to about 23 minutes. From level 3 to level 4, that took 60 additional fires for a total of 120. That level took 27 minutes, so a total of about 50 minutes. Now keep in mind, these times are going to have a little bit of variance because RNG is a cruel mistress. If you have worse luck than I do, it might take longer. If the gods smile upon you and you get your first fires every time, you might get it quicker. I'm trying to give you averages, but I do believe the numbers of fires started is stable, so that's something for you to budget on, so to speak. But the number one question, what you're here for today, is fire level 5. Well, for that, I needed 80 additional fires, so I needed 200 fires. That level took me 56 minutes on its own. That took an entire time of about 106 minutes. Basically, you need an hour and a half, 2 hours. And if you're not familiar with that, that is literally an entire game day, no sleep. I was drinking 2 or 3 coffees to get me through. And you saw the setup, I was not moving too much. All I was doing is lighting fire. It's doable, but this is an afternoon project, not a 15-minute project. The final variable to think about when we're talking about fire is not just level 5 for the game that you're in, but keep in mind there's the specific fire feat of Fire Master for successfully starting 1,000 fires. And with that feat, you have the ability to start all future games with fire level 3. And we just showed that you can get from 1 to 5 in under 2 hours. It might not be a bad idea to, on the weekend, for 4-5 weeks straight, inside of a month, sit down, do a little fire session. These are cumulative. And within a month or less, you could likely have your own Golden Fire Master badge. If you want to see more, that's what playlists are for. And if you want to know if I live to see tomorrow, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Commander Tom, and I will see you next time. Thanks.